Hi, my name is Maartje Berkelmans and I'm an interior designer. So for 10 years now I'm designing interior projects as well as exterior projects. And I started my own design studio that's called the Zonnekamer, and it's based in Soest. So about 10 years ago, when I left school, I started my own company, and for now I'm doing, for example, renovation projects. I'm designing new layouts for new houses in new housing estates, or I'm doing styling projects where the atmosphere and color and the materials are more important. So it's quite diverse. And for all these projects I use SketchUp. So about 10 years ago, when I was at school, or before, about 15 years ago, when I was at school, there was a really shift going on from 2D designing, like people, they were drawing an AutoCAD or a CAD program, or with a pen and just a piece of paper. But then the SketchUp was just coming along, and we as students, we were just playing around with this 3D program, and we all liked it a lot because it gave a very quick sense of space and what is possible in a space. So that's when I started to use SketchUp. And when I started my own company, I just kept on using SketchUp. So for now, I want to show you some tips and tricks that I use, and are just easy tools within SketchUp. Tips and tricks in SketchUp. So when I start drawing in SketchUp, I of course always first open the document, but I made my own template. So I opened my own template, and within this template I've made all different kinds of scenes, tabs, and it helps me to work in an efficient manner. And the way I set up this template, I did it with the help of the SketchUp workflow from Michael Brightman. And all kinds of tricks, features are built in this template. So I will show you now. So here are my templates, and I open this one. So above you can all see these different tabs. These are all different scenes with their own settings. So of course when I start drawing, I like to use the setting with the axis visible. So for example, I'm going to draw a cube. It's easy to do it just like this, so you know that you're drawing in the right way and with use or help of the axis. But for example, when I want to show my design to my clients and I want like a clear picture, I don't want to show the axis because it's just disturbing. So that's when I will choose another scene with other settings, and you see right now that the axes are gone, and you just have a nice clear view of the design. But sometimes, of course, you make a little mistake and you don't know where did I make this mistake. So, for example, you made a cube, you think you made a cube, but somehow the line is a little bit off. So it looks like straight lines, but of course it isn't. So then when I use this scene setting, it's axis check, immediately you will see that the line that is not in line with the axis, the edge is colored black. So this is a really nice tool, and you can simply fix it and go on with your design. Also, an important feature is the orient faces. So you see in this scene all the faces are colored bright pink, But when you reverse a face, I will reverse it right now, and you will see, oh, reverse, yes, and you will see that the face has a different color, because this is the back side of the face instead of the front side of the face, which is important also when you want to render. So these are some tips and tricks that I use. But then, of course, when I build my model, I'm going to save it and to import it into the layout drawing program of SketchUp. So I'm going to show you now. So also when I start using layouts, I will always use my own templates. So I will show you now. This is my template for the layout program. As you can see, it's already set with the right font size, and also you can import your logo, and it's already so like I said, this is like A3 paper size, which I like to use, because when you want to work with all these measures, it just takes up a lot of room space of your paper size. So this way you don't have to do it every time you use it. You don't have to do it over again. So here I have an example of a project of a big attic floor just near Amsterdam. And it needed like a total renovation. It was one open space, but people that lived there, it was a family, and they wanted like a big playground for their kids. So I designed 2 bedrooms for the children and a bathroom for the children, and downstairs was an extension for another bathroom for the parents. But let's start. Here I will show you how I work. So I use the template that I just showed you in layout, and as you see, I can just give a quick sense of the layout with all the most important measures, and then I will show you that you can also use nice colors and materials in SketchUp, and without rendering have a very nice result. So as you see here, these are visualizations of the bedrooms of the children. They can just crawl through the cupboards. Here are the cupboards, and it's just a separating part. They can just crawl through here to each other. So these are all images with a lot of color and material, and it gives you a good sense of the atmosphere that you want to reach. So this is, for example, the room of the little one. So you see, it really gives a good feel. I would also want to show you the panorama view of the rooms of the boys. I made it for them because they could use the VR glasses, and wow, they were very, very happy to just have a look around in their new room. So I will show it to you now. So for this panorama view, I used Podium, and this, for example, is a 3D moving image of one of the rooms of the children. So you can see, you also can use a lighting. I've drawn a climbing wall, and here is a hole to the other one, the other room of the other boy. So this is the other room. So you can see it really gives a good idea of how this room will be when it's finished with here the hole to the other one. So you see, when you use SketchUp and you use a presentation, presentation software for layout, you can really show all kinds of different images, mood boards, visuals, and also a movie. So what I also do a lot is making mood boards and accessories, and finding the right products for the rooms and wallpapers and so on, so that the clients can easily find and make the atmosphere that we have created. So the next project I want to show you is a concept design. So the one I just showed you was with already a lot of colors and materials in it, and you're a bit further into the process. But of course, when you start drawing and designing, you first start with some concepts. And this, again, for this one, I will show you my layout documents. So this is a kennel house in Amsterdam. Again, it's with a family with 2 children. In this kennel house, they want a big kitchen, they want 2 bedrooms for the children, and they want a study. So I started with an open space, and you see, as I go along here, these are the concepts. This is option 1. It's all still in black and white, because it's just not as concrete yet. So of course, again, the layout with the most important measurements. A big kitchen, a study, separated by the kitchen with steel and glass doors. A lot of cupboards, space, and above on the first floor is like a mezzanine. You have these rooms for the children. The other option, we'll go to it now, is with the study upstairs, and downstairs are the children's rooms. So then I present this to the customer, and they can choose what will we do, and they choose one concept, and that's when I am going to make this more detailed. So, for example, these people, they chose a concept with the children bedrooms upstairs and a study downstairs. So then I made new drawings, but also the contractor, he needs to know what do I need to prepare and for this build. For example, for the steel doors, the glass doors, but also where to put the air conditioning, electricity, and so on. So I want to show you that also these kinds of drawings you can easily make with layouts. And I will open this version of the drawings right now for you. So these are the drawings that I made for the contractor. And usually when you make drawings for the contractor, first they want to know what's the current situation, and then they want to know what's going to be new. So here I make like the floor plan of the current situation, and you can see that it has all hatches already in the drawing, and measurements, and also here all the cross sections that I made. So this is pretty detailed, and the contractor just get a good image of the situation right now. Then, of course, I will show the drawings of the new situation. This is the new design. Again, all with hatches and cross sections. Also the place where the lighting will be, all the lighting fixtures, the beams are where the beams are, and for example here where the light fixtures will be, but also the air conditioning, for example, it's placed here above here. And so the contractor, he sees exactly what he needs to buy, how much he needs to buy of this, how much material he will use, needs. So all the most important details, placements are visible with these drawings. So also here, for example, the water drain of the air conditioning, all the beams, where the light, where the fixtures, the spots will be, and so on. The skylights also. So all these technical specs you can also use or visualize very well with the layout SketchUp software. For example, here, what do I need to prepare to install a steel staircase, or to install a steel door with a rail where the door will run on. So it's really good software to use. Another project I'm working on right now is people who are going to move. They bought a new house and they want a really big kitchen because they're real foodies. And they have this huge wine cabinet which needs to be in the kitchen. And also they want this study next to the kitchen. Well, when they asked me to design the kitchen, they told me, I don't think the wine cabinet can be in the kitchen. Let's place it into the study. But I'm not sure if they will be working very hard with this wine cabinet in the study. But anyway, I told them I think we can also just place this cabinet in the kitchen. So I made a design, and I also made a little movie to show them how it will feel in the kitchen when the design is finished. So for these people, I made a little movie. It's also, I made it in Podium, so they will have a feel how it will be in the new kitchen slash study. So this is one design I did. All black accent wall, and a study with all built-in covers and some steel doors. The other one I made is this one with tiles as accent wall, green, and a different design for the studio. So this is also what I do a lot. I will just, we will go around into the model, just turning it and orbiting, and then I can also show the client what is happening in the model, and sometimes make some changes while I'm at it and showing the design. So this is the Panorama Viewer from Podium, and it's here all the panoramas are collected, and you can just click on it and view the panoramas. So I made this little tour. You can just turn around. All the lighting is already in there. Then you can just click and go to another space. This is the study. So this is also very nice for the customers, and so they have a little tour in their new home. So all this is possible with Podium. Another project I would like to show you is exterior as well as an interior project. So this is a little farmhouse, and the owners wanted to connect it with a shed. So the shed is over here. And for this project I made an extension of the house like this. So now it's possible to make a really big kitchen. Before this was the living area and there was a small kitchen over here. But for now, or for the new design, there's like a really big kitchen, and then the connection with all the glass and steel windows to the shed. And in this shed now is a living room and also a small study. Here you see that it's also that also SketchUp is easy to use for these kinds of drawings. Here are some views, like visuals that I put into my presentation. But what also is also nice that when you are doing a project like this for interior and exterior, you want to show how these buildings are connected. Often it is also with a garden and all lines and designs what happens just outside the building. Just for example, you can see it here with the pergola, and that's very nice of SketchUp that is also all this vegetation is available, so you can use it and just make a nice whole of like the inside and outside of the projects. So for example here there is a nice floating terrace with plants in water, and it's so you can just make an overview of the design but also make detailed drawings. So very helpful. Here, for example, a layout with all the measurements, most important measurements. So the contractor, when the contractor sees this and they say, we want to go with this option or the other option, then then they also can see, oh, we have to order this, we have to order that, all these kinds of materials. So it's easier to make a price. So you see that you can also visualize a garden and connection inside, outside materials. It's all possible with SketchUp. So this was my presentation and I hope you enjoyed it. And any questions, just let us know through the live chat. Thank you.